Hi everyone, and welcome back for another UE4 tutorial. Now, the last time I've done teleportation, I mentioned that you guys wanted to see different methods of doing teleportation. And so far I've shown two, and this is going to be the third one I'm going to show you. So previously we've done one where you had it on one actor, and you separated out multiple pads on one actor. And then we showed you how to do on separate actors. So one actor with multiple instances, and you teleport between as many as you like. This time we're going to look at how can you make it teleport to just a position, not a pad, not another partner, just a position anywhere you like in the world. So let's go cracking with that. So for that, I'm just going to delete what we had previously, like so. Yep. Okay. So we're going to make a new actor, and we're actually going to call this one Teleporter C. Just because it's the third type I've shown you. So in this one, very similarly to the rest of them, we're going to have a static mesh. And my mesh is going to be my pad. And then alongside that, we're going to have the sphere collision with a 100 radius, and we're going to write it up a little bit. Okay, so very much so far, so quite similar. So the difference is with this one is rather than having a actor reference in the variables, we're just going to have a location reference. So click on new variable, and we're going to do this one, call it target location. And we're going to change the type of this to vector. And tick instance editable. And then you want to click on where it says show 3D widget. Click on this. Now, I'll show you what that does. If I drag this into the world, you should see a little diamond right in the center there. Click on this, and then you can move it. And this is where it's going to teleport you to. So clicking that show 3D widget shows you this thing. So you can drag this wherever you like, and it'll give you like a sort of one-way teleportation, sorry. English words, hard work. So that'll be that location there. So the rest of it is pretty much the same as we've seen before. So let's go into our code here, and we're going to do on begin play, get player character, and then we're going to cast that to our first person character. We're then going to store that as a reference, so drag from that pin there and promote to variable. And we'll promote this to my player. Then we're going to right click on our sphere collision component, add event, and add on component begin overlap. We're going to compare the other component first of all with our player's capsule component. So drag my player out and get capsule component. So we go right at the bottom and click that. We're then going to get the other comp here and compare that with an equals node and plug in that extra pin there. So compare the component that we've overlapped with the player's capsule component. If they're the same, it'll carry on as true. Next, we need a cooldown. Although the cooldown doesn't really matter in this case because it's a one-way system. So we actually forego it this time. So I'm just going to put it straight into a branch. And after that branch, we'll set up a timer. So come out here, set timer by event. And the event is going to be a custom event down here. And we call it teleport to target. The time we're going to do here, we can make it as a variable. And this will be called teleport time, which will be a float. And compile it so you can set the default value here to 2 seconds. Plug that into time, click compile, and you're done. Now we need to turn the return value here into a variable, so promote that to a variable as well, and call it teleport timer. So we can cancel it out when we leave the teleport pad before it's teleported us. So after 2 seconds, it's going to do this event. Now, we usually in the past have done a function, But because this one's a lot simpler, we don't need to worry about that. So we're just going to go and drag in my player, set actor location. And the new location is simply this target location. So drag this out like so. Now the target location here, by default, is going to give us the relative location. So it's going to give us a relative location of it compared to our default scene route of this teleporter, not the world location. So we need to transform this into the world location instead. So drag out from there and call it transform location. Now you see it requires a transform, and that transform is going to be the transform of this teleporter. So we're going to get the transform of the actor. Where is get actor transform? Get actor transform. And that is going to be what's going to be plugged into new location. So what this is doing is taking the relative location here, transforming it by the location of this actor. So sort of combining the two. And it's going to output the new location correctly. So we're going to hit compile, and we're now going to do the end overlap. So right click on sphere, add event, component, end overlap. And it's exactly the same as we've done in the past. So we're going to do other actor is overlapping this sphere component. If that is true, that goes into a branch, and the true branch of it will go into a clear and invalidate timer of the teleport timer. So drag that out and choose get, clear, and invalidate timer by handle. And hit compile. So let's close that and test that out. So hit play and step on our teleporter pad. And there you go. It teleports us to that new location. Now it's one way because I can't get back. I have to walk my way back. But to show you again. And teleports me back. And that position can be placed anywhere you like. So I can click on here and you can see there's a target location vector there. And so I can place it wherever I want, even in the air. Away I go. Okay. And that's the third way of doing a teleport pad. Thanks very much for watching, and thank you for everyone who suggested the teleportation poll video. This wouldn't be possible without you guys, so thank you for all your support. If you like what I do and you yet haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. And if you have any comments or suggestions for future content, please leave a comment below. I'll be fascinated to see what you guys want to see, what you want to learn. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.